Asta here and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, today I'm in completely different video setup, and just because I wanted you to see the full effect of products that I'm gonna use, I'm gonna film in a daylight. So I'm literally sitting in front of the window, and because it's raining, it's a nice soft light, so it should be perfect. So today I want to film a video just using all cream and liquid makeup products. So I will be doing full face makeup using only liquid and cream products. Without further chatting and talking too much, I'm gonna go in straight into the video and I hope you will enjoy. So first step prior starting your liquid and cream makeup application is obviously skin prep. And this is very important step as well. So if you are normal to drier skin types, I love to use this facial cream here. So moisturizing is very important. So this particular cream is actually like a moisturizer slash primer, which is gorgeous. It sinks into the skin, amazing. And also another product that I love and I just recently found is this ordinary one, and it's the high spreadability fluid primer. So this one is beautiful for drier skin. Again, it just makes your skin look so soft, so I love to use that prior to makeup as well. Okay, so for someone who is combination and has an oily T-zone, I would always use a primer that is a bit mattifying or fights the oiliness throughout the day. So I personally love this one here. It's the Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer. It works best for me. It works with all the foundations and I absolutely love it. I haven't found anything better yet, but if I do, I'll let you know. I have on my skin at the moment, I literally have nothing except this ordinary primer that I showed you in my T-zone, and that's it. In my morning skincare routine, I have my moisturizer and serums and everything, so I don't need to add anything extra. So I just added this primer here in my T-zone. Okay, so the next step, once you have your face primed and moisturized, you can always apply liquid highlighters to give more of a glowing from within look. So what I like to use is, I love this new one that I got. This is NARS, and this one's a Super Radiant Booster. I just got it recently and I absolutely love it. Today I will be using this one here just to start off because I love it so much. And again, depending on what skin type you are, if you are drier, you can use it all over your face if you want. Because I have oilier T-zone, I'm going to avoid the T-zone and just apply it on the highest points of my face. So I love to use it here on the top of my cheekbones. Also love to use it above the brow bone or the highest point of the brow. So that's pretty much it for the first step of highlighting. This step is not necessary, it's just what I do, and it's already kind of giving my skin a little shine and tint. So if you have amazing skin, you don't want to cover anything up, but you want a little bit of glow, just do this step and you can go. So what I do next is I do my foundation. So for foundation, I absolutely love this one here. It's from Benefit. It's the Hello Happy Soft Blur Foundation. I love it because it's semi-matte finish. It's super lightweight. It's gorgeous for the summertime when it's hot and you don't want anything heavy on your face. I also love this SHISEIDO one. This one's the Synchro Skin Lasting Liquid Foundation. This one can be built to medium coverage, with just one maybe light medium, so it's super light. SHISEIDO can be definitely built to medium coverage, but as well as that you can just apply a very thin layer and you'll have yourself a light finish, so depending on what you want. Today I will be using SHISEIDO foundation. It's the color neutral 2. It might be a bit too dark for me. The only good thing about SHISEIDO foundations, they do not oxidize. Well, I didn't find them oxidizing, and they're kind of true color, so whatever you pick, they wouldn't change the color. And for applying this foundation, I'm going to use a flat kabuki brush. I'm lately loving this smag brush, kabuki brush. It's super soft but still dense. So I'm just dipping this brush into the foundation and from the center starting to work outward by dabbing and stippling motion. So I'm leaving my underneath the eye area free of product and just working this foundation into my skin. Of course, if I would have breakouts, I would probably spot conceal and apply more product on a certain areas and then leave the rest of the face kind of lighter so it still looks nice and fresh. Okay, so the next step, once we have foundation laid, is concealer. For concealer, I'm absolutely loving this Makeup Forever Ultra HD concealer. It's their new concealer. It's actually super nice and light and feels lovely underneath the eyes. It's not drying, and best of all, it is self-setting. So what that means, if you want to use only cream products and you don't want to use powders, this one's ideal because you're gonna apply it, tap it out, and it's gonna set, so you don't need to use any more powders. Love to do a few dots here and then use a fluffy brush to blend it out. The brush I'm using here to blend out my concealer is actually a crease brush for your eyeshadows, but because it's nice, big and fluffy, it actually works amazing for underneath the eyes. I also love to go in with my ring finger and tap it out, so you can already see the difference between the two eyes. This one's kind of more awake and fresh, so I will do the same on the other eye. Now I have concealer and foundation on, and I'll start to bring back the color into my face. So I will be starting with the bronzer first. And for bronzers, I love to use NARS, which is my new favorite. I got it recently. It's the NARS Laguna bronzer. I always give it a good shake because this one's quite liquidy. I was surprised how liquid it is. So I always use the back of my hand again. I take one pump out. So I use one pump for one side and one pump for the other side. Now the brush I love to use with it is this one here. It's the Real Techniques one, and it's kind of nice dense brush. And I just dip this brush into the product, making sure it's kind of covered, but at the same time I'm taking the excess off by dabbing a few times at the back of my hand. And what I do, I just kind of stipple it on where my bronzer would go, so underneath the cheekbone here. So by stippling it like this, it kind of melts into the foundation, into the skin. Like, you don't want to drag this product because it's liquidy, so if you start dragging, you're gonna drag the whole foundation and you're gonna disturb the whole products you placed first. So I just love to stipple again, and this brush is perfect because it's dense enough, but at the same time soft bristles kind of help to blend it out. So whatever is left, I always love to go my hairline as well, just to add a little sun-kissed look for my forehead. This brush is actually a great size, so it fits right underneath your cheekbone. So it's perfect for blending this out. So as you can see, it's pretty easy. At this step as well, if you have a damp beauty blender, you can go over with the beauty blender if you don't have a brush, or you can go with the beauty blender straight away and do this step as well. So it's either the brush or the beauty blender. I will be applying liquid blush. So this one's another one that it scares people a lot. I'm going to use NARS Orgasm, and it's their liquid formula. And I will be using the same brush. So I love this brush again because it's multitasking, and literally that much is enough. And I'm gonna dip this same brush into the product, kind of dab it out a little bit, smile into the mirror, and apply it on the apples of your cheeks and work it into the contour. So the next step is highlighting again. For highlighting, I will be using this Charlotte Tilbury highlighter. I absolutely love this wand. It's the Beauty Light wand. It's the gorgeous champagne highlighter. Now that I have a little bit of product out of my back of my hand, I'm just taking my ring finger and I will be dabbing that on the highest points of my cheek as well, just to intensify the highlights that I placed underneath and give my skin more glow. I also love to use a little bit of this highlighter on the top highest point of my eyebrow, because when the light hits these parts, they just look so nice and shiny and healthy. I don't know if that translates well onto the camera, but when I look straight into the mirror, I look super glowy. Where I love to use this as well on the top of my lip here on the Cupid's bow, sometimes even on the whole lip. Yeah, so there we have nearly finished the whole face. What I like to do as well, just spritz some finishing spray. I absolutely love this from SKINDINAVIA. It's the finishing makeup spray. It's one of the ones that actually sets your makeup, and it's not only like refreshing spray or whatever. So I'm just gonna do a few spritz on the skin. So for eyes today, I will be using a eyeshadow sticks, and these sticks are amazing. But before applying my actual sticks on the eyelids, I love to go in with my MAC Painterly paint pot and a brush and apply this product on the top half of the crease and above towards the brow, because this is where I have a lot of discoloration, and you can see there's loads of veins coming through, so it's not a great look. So I just want to conceal it a little bit, and just applying it kind of and stopping it at my crease, and this helps kind of to reduce discoloration and redness or whatever I have underneath there, underneath the brow. And this color is fab because it looks like your own skin. It's just a nice bone skill color. Okay, so let's move on and do the eyeshadow sticks. Starting with the NARS one, this one in color SYROS, I think. So what I do, just apply it all over the lid, and I'm not going into the crease much. So literally just applying all over the lid. This is how it looks. And then I'm taking fluffy brush, it doesn't matter what brush, just a fluffy brush, and going over the stick just to blend it out. So you don't have to be precise with these as well, which is great. It takes like 1, 2 and 1, 2 and you're good to go. So literally you have a lid color. And I'm taking this Bobbi brown one, and it's the color taupe. I love to apply this one at the outer part of my eye. So I'm kind of like deepening the V here at the outer part, and I'm going with this a little bit into my crease, and I'm just using the same brush just to kind of lightly blend it out. I have to work with this quite quick because once it's set and dried, you won't be able to move it. Doing the same for the other eye, just applying it in at the very end of my eye, literally like in a V shape, and a little bit into my crease, and then while it's still wet, I'm just blending it out. So I love to apply the same color underneath my lower lash line and blend it out, so I have a little bit of color. Just like that, 1, 2, and you have yourself a little wash of color onto the eyes. And this is super light and natural look eyeshadows as well. It's super easy. So now they're gonna set and they won't move throughout the day, which I love. Applying mascara, I'm skipping all the liners or anything because I want it to look very natural and no makeup look. So you can see how nice and beautiful and very natural my skin looks like. It looks like my own. I have a little bit of blush and I have a contour and highlight, and you can't really tell where one starts and one finishes, which sometimes happens with the powder if you don't blend it well enough. And one of the last steps is to do my brows. And I'm just lightly lining the bottom part of my brow, and I'm using much lighter color because I want my eyebrows to look full but at the same time very light and nothing crazy. So next, to set my brows in place and make them look more defined, I love to use So Brows. It's one of the best products I ever owned. It sets your brows amazing and it looks fab. Last thing is to do lips, and for the lips I love to use something with a little bit of sparkle in it, so it gives more of a fuller pout. As a final step, I always love to go in again with my finishing spray that sets my makeup. It also kind of makes it more glowy and lovely. So here is the finished look. As you can see, it's super natural looking and glowy, so it looks like I'm just kind of healthy and glowy from within. I hope you guys learned something new. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments down below. Would you wear liquid products, or are you wearing them already, and what products would you recommend to try? I will be away for 3 weeks now, and I'm going on holidays to the other side of the world, to Philippines, and I'm very excited. And I won't be able to film makeup tutorials there, but I promise when I come back I will do another makeup tutorial. So I hope I'll see you in 3 weeks. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.